Skadoosh.
What up, peepholes? So, story time. I built some new race rigs recently, and I was gonna go 6S, and I actually bought some 6S packs. I bought Heiko gave me one of his frames. Some of you probably don't know who Heiko is, but he is a very top-notch racer.
Oh, it's right on the lip.
Try. I didn't throw that. And I've raced with him a bunch of times, and he gave me one of his vertical arm frames that I set up with 6S. And I was posting and talking about it, and then I got talking to my friend Ryan Harrell, who you guys may know as Mini Quad Test Bench Guy, or may not, but if you don't, you need to look that up, because he's like, his site is full of killer information about stuff, ESCs and motors mostly. And we started talking 5S, and then I bought some Chief frames, because Alex Campbell came out with this new frame, and they're Lumineer frames, and I'm a Lumineer guy. So I set those up with 5S. I got to talking to Evan and a few other racers that were running 5S. I think Chief is too. I'm not 100% sure about that. But 5S on 2400 kV motors gives you like 3500 kV, and those racers ran freaking amazing. And then on TAC, the famous FPV pilot you guys may know as TAC, aka Tommy Corals. Fuck this spot, TAC.
Yeah.
Fucking out of here.
Yeah, fuck this place.
So TAC and I bailed on that spot to come to another spot, and we ran into all these people.
Yeah. Spot's ruined.
Spot's ruined.
It's ruined.
Ruined.
Sorry.
Who was also a friend of mine that I've flown with, and a really cool guy. If you guys don't know, go check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description below. TAC's an awesome dude. He makes some really cool content. Fucking cracks me up. So I got my usual go-to battery, people, which is Rush, because you guys know I use a lot of Rush stuff too if you follow my channel at all. And I've been using their batteries for several years, but they didn't have any 5S batteries. So I went with TAC's recommendation and got these Ovonics 5S 1550s, and they're freaking awesome. And the other cool thing is this rig that I'm flying right here is my slam dunked QAVR. And in order to put 5S on there, I didn't have to change any components. I didn't have to do anything. It's got 2400 kV motors on it. All I did was tweak the PIDs a little bit to deal with the 5S and let her rip, tater chip. So let's give her a little fly and see how this. The 5S, I'm gonna say, I like it. I like it a lot. And one of the things for doing it with my freestyle rig is when I go to a race, I also want to bring a freestyle quad with me. If you've seen some of my videos after the races, we usually freestyle somewhere, dive buildings, or something like that. And by the way, I'm doing this on my sessions. That's on my quad. You can probably see the propellers over here and stuff because I forgot my Sony again. But anywho, I don't like to have to bring two kinds of batteries with me, so I didn't want to bring my 4S batteries with me and 6S batteries with me. You know, I want one battery, so I can have a bunch of the same batteries and do the same thing. And so 5S was just that perfect spot for me. And the other thing that I'm really liking about it is the responsiveness, not just, you know, in the throttle and the speed and whatever, but having that little extra, that one extra cell and those extra voltages, just your flips, your rolls, everything, every little response is just so much crisper. I know everybody's going 6S, but like I discussed with Ryan Harrell, and I build electric vehicles and stuff too, 6S with that higher voltage does some kind of funky stuff. 5S seems to be like the sweet spot, so you still have the amps and the volts working together to get your watt hours at the end of the day, and there's a bunch of formulas and all kinds of scientific crap about that, and you guys can, it's my hypothesis, and whatever, you guys can come up with your own conclusions, but I'm liking the 5S, so let's take it for a fly and see how we do. So yeah, there we go. I like it. What do you guys think? Comments, questions, so on, so forth, whatnot. Tell me to fuck off, unsubscribe to me, dislike, all that shit's down there. Peace.